No, because I really feel as though if you can't maintain a vibe, then leave me the fuck alone. Like, and that's on period. Welcome back to my channel, lovelies. How is everybody feeling on this bright, beautiful morning? I'm feeling myself. Are you feeling yourself? Bitch, if you ain't feeling yourself, you should be feeling your fucking self, period. Anyway, y'all, I'm back with another video. I really want to be consistent when posting videos, so I'm not going to tell you how many videos you're going to get a week, but just expect at least one video a week. You know, at least expect an upload a week on this platform. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into what we're going to talk about. And today's subject is... What is today's subject?
Bruh.
Can you maintain a vibe? What I mean by maintaining a vibe is when you first meet someone and you introduce them to a certain vibe, as in like you introduce them to, you know, maybe dates, or you guys go to a coffee shop, or whatever the case may be. You're introducing them into something that, you know, is different. So it's basically like once you introduce them to that, can you maintain that same thing that you introduced them to? This is Tea Time with Ty. Let's sip on it. A lot of you motherfuckers really cannot maintain a vibe. And I know it from firsthand experience and talking to so many different guys, and none of it is the same. It's so frustrating when you first start talking to someone and they're like this one person. And of course, I've learned from my best friend Coco, like, don't ever expect too much from these niggas. And these are her words, not mine. I'll give her all the credit for that. Don't ever expect these niggas to be with you. Don't expect them to care for you. Don't expect them to do certain things for you. Because at the end of the day, like, when you expect too much from a person, your expectations are gonna always be let down. Because that's just how the world works, unfortunately. So my thing is, what I got from that is, if the less and less you expect from a person, the less they can let you down, the less you can feel disappointed because they didn't fulfill whatever idealisms that you had about them. If you just don't expect that, then you won't feel so much regret after it doesn't work out. And I honestly had to learn that the hard way, because it's been so difficult, especially in the city that I live in. It's so difficult to date, to talk to people. Like, I just posted something on my close friends like yesterday about a boy texting me and just saying something completely stupid that doesn't even make no type of sense at all. But that's just the life that I live, and it's just it's so crappy, it's so bullshitty. But like, at the end of the day, what are you really gonna do? And honestly, like a part of me be wanting to give up, because it's just so frustrating continuously trying to date like so many different people, and all of the people are literally the same. Like, you're talking to different people, but it seems like everybody thinks the same, they do the same thing, and nobody can introduce you to a vibe. Like, and then the people who do introduce you to a particular vibe, they can't maintain that vibe. And that's the most important thing about vibes, is maintain the vibe.
Period. 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 Period.
If you can't do that, door. Like, and that's on period. If you really can't maintain the vibe, bitch, there go the door. Walk your dumb ass right through it, because we don't need you here, period. And really, it's tea, because it's like a lot of people, especially like men, a lot of men believe that in the beginning, they can do all this stuff. They can take you out on dates. They can, you know, be so romantic. And then once you become like once you become in a relationship with them, like all of that fades away. And it's like, no, like the same way you got me is the same way that you'll keep me. And it's not saying like, oh, you're a gold digger, like you only care about dates and da-da-da. But it's not even that. Like, it's not even the dates. It's just the actions of that other person, like how affectionate they are, how loving they are, how they call you, how they text you good morning. You know, like all of that stuff is a vibe. Like all of that is a vibe. Like all of that. A vibe is not just hanging out with someone. No, a vibe is a whole entire experience. Okay? A whole experience. And it's basically like, if you're not maintaining that vibe, then what are you really doing? Like at first, it's always lovey-dovey, you know, it's the honeymoon phase. We get it. The honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. But I mean, like, shorty, after a week and you switching up, like, what's really tea? Because I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. At the end of the day, like, I look good, so I know it's not that. But it's really just be people. It really just be people. And that really do have you in your head, like, you did something, or maybe you know, something's wrong with you. But let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with you. They just can't maintain a vibe. I'm not going to try to turn this video into a story time. I really don't want to turn this video into a story time because I want to really like tread lightly, just because like I need to. I need to tread lightly just because a lot of times when you are in a relationship, especially with being gay, when you're in that relationship, it's so many different, it's a fucking flaw. So being gay, and when you get into relationships, a lot of times the people that you're in relationships with, they try to like change you, or they try to like expect a lot from you, and it's not giving what it was supposed to give. You know, and here's the whole thing about maintaining a vibe. Like, that person could maintain this certain vibe because they think that you're someone that you're not. And so they're expecting you to be this person. And here we go with expectation. This is an example. This is an example of having expectations and your expectations, you know, letting you down. So I used to talk to someone back in 2018. And when we were dating, I used to travel to see them a lot. And I was maintaining that vibe. But what I noticed is that, like, what I started to notice is like, I think I went there a total of like 2 times. It was in another state than I lived in. I went there a total of 2 times, and he never came to see me. And it was always basically like me trying to please him. I was still gonna be myself regardless. I'm still myself regardless. It doesn't matter like in what situation or anything. I'm gonna be me regardless, and that's on what period. I'm going to be me regardless. So there's really no switching up over here. But with him, I think that he wanted me to be a certain person, a certain type of gay, I guess you could say. He wanted me to be this certain type of person. And when I wasn't fulfilling that idealism or that expectation, then he felt as though he really didn't. And not that he didn't want to be in a relationship. I saw the difficulties, and I saw the inconsistencies that started to happen once we did, you know, once the relationship continued. And then I guess when he realized that I wasn't the person that he thought I was. And that's the difference between expectations and, you know, maintaining a vibe. I was maintaining a vibe of going to see him, being around him, you know, wanting to be with him. And he created an expectation of the person that I was. Meaning, I didn't really think it had to do with me going to see him and all that other type of stuff. I feel like that was just me being like a good partner in the relationship. But I think that the whole thing of like how people perceive you, they perceive you in a certain way, and they already kind of like try to tell themselves who you are without you telling them who you are, or without them seeing who you are. They try to make it up for themselves. And that's what a lot of people do in relationships when they first get with somebody. They don't allow themselves to get to know that person. And this is why a lot of relationships don't last. And this is why a lot of vibes don't be maintained. It's honestly because of the fact that people create expectations. They create things in relationships and it doesn't fit. That's why I just feel like when you go and you date somebody, you need to date them for dating like them. Like, you need to date them for them and not date them because you believe that they're this type of person. And then once you find out that they're not this type of person, then you don't want to be in a relationship no more. So here you go wasting a year, 2 years. You never know. It could be years, it could be months, it could be weeks, it could be days. You don't know. But the whole thing is you're wasting your time. People show you who they are. And it's your choice if you want to believe them or if you want to keep this whole idealism up that, oh, no, they're this type of person. Even though they showed me that, like, you know, this, and the third. Even though the flag is red as I don't know what, I'm still going to keep continuing on and doing what I'm doing because of what? Like, there's really no explanation behind that at all. When I was in that relationship and I guess that he, you know, saw that I really wasn't the person that he really wanted to be with, the whole thing started being funny. And he didn't really say it verbatim, like, you're not the person that I thought you were. But when you are a person that picks up on, you know, gestures and vibes and auras and all that other type of stuff like me, you know, I'm kind of like, I started to see that whole shift in the relationship or the entanglement or whatever you want to call it. You know, I started seeing the shift in it. And I was like, you know, I feel as though this boy is trying to change me and trying to make me someone that I'm not. And no, like, it's a lot of boys that tell me, like, oh, like, just the boy the other day was like, oh, yeah, you're cute, but I don't want to talk to you because you get your nails done. Or I don't want to talk to you because you get your nails done. That's really why. Like, because I get my nails done. But, hun, like, does it really, like, really? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing that I just don't understand. It's like, really? Because I get my nails done? Okay. And, like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Like, dating is weird. Dating is honestly very weird, especially being gay and dating in 2021. You know, I love saying in 2021. But no, for real, like, it really is weird. And it really is, like, it's annoying because it's just like, people don't like you for your personality. They really just like you for the outer appearance. And it's frustrating because when you want something genuine and so many people are just trying to be there for a season or they're trying to be there for the night and they're not in it for the long run, it's kind of like you feel as though you're wasting your time with these people because it's not going anywhere. We go into relationships and we go into entanglements or whatever you want to call them nowadays. We go into these situations and, you know, a lot of us have open minds. With me, when I go into situationships or whatever you want to call them, I always have an open mind. I don't always try to have this idealism of who this person is and how they're going to act. I do struggle with having the expectation part. And I will say myself, like, I do struggle with having expectations for people and they don't fulfill it. And when they don't fulfill it, I become frustrated. And I had to take a step back to really evaluate, you know, who am I dating? You know, who am I attracting? Who am I allowing into my space? And this is another thing that, you know, a lot of people don't really think about is you need to understand, like, if you keep seeing a trend, that means that you are entertaining the wrong type of people. You're doing that same trend and it's not working out for you. You should switch it up, you know? Just switch it up just a tad bit because honestly, if what's not working for you is not working for you. So if you really want that happiness, if you really want to be with somebody, then I feel like the best bet is to try to switch up your dating circles, switch up who, you know, you're attracted to or whatever. I mean, of course, you can't deny if you're not attracted to someone, you're not attracted to someone. You know, that all makes sense. But I feel like don't ever lower your standards to be with someone. Don't ever feel as though if that person is not maintaining the vibe that they begin with, it's your choice if you want to leave or if you want to talk about it. It's your choice. Because at the end of the day, you have to really sit down and you have to understand what is this person, what am I gaining from being in this relationship? What am I getting out of it? You know, now that this vibe has changed, do I really want to continue on? Like, do I see myself with this person down the long run to have the conversation of what are we doing? What is this? I feel like the whole relationship has changed. It's like, what are you really going to do? We're all getting older. Stop wasting your time on people who don't want to be there. Honestly, people show you that. They show you. Once that vibe switches, girl or boy, once that vibe switches, this is the time where you need to start thinking about what chess piece you about to move now. Where you about to go from here? What you about to do with this? Because it's like, do you want to continue to waste your time and try with a person who honestly at that point doesn't want to be in it anymore? What do you really do? The person that you're talking to or that you're with in the relationship is not maintaining that same vibe. You have two choices. You talk about it or you leave. And if you talked about it already and it's not working, then you know what to do at the end of the day. So this has been Tea Time with Ty. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video because I feel like it was kind of like, it's different from the last video. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for a vibe. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I post, because y'all need to see this face on your screens every week, right? So like I always say, what I'm gonna start always saying is, for all you DL men, come out the closet, baby. It's fresh air out here. It's fresh air out here. Y'all be easy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.